I just had one clarification regarding the calculation of the 2.5 million that has been reserved. Does that amount take into consideration justice workers that are on pension, justice workers that may have left over the last 13 years? In my original question, I had kind of said plus or minus people who have come and gone, have they been taken into account? And as well, any in the past, you've had personnel court cases against government related to salaries, etc. Does it take into account any that may have been won or have been won already? Just to make sure that the amount is accurate and that we're not kind of selling ourselves short because there's been so much back and forth concerning this retroactive payment.
My question to the Minister of Justice is perhaps to wonder if this is another approach. If it is that St. Martin is having such difficulty with our capacity until a new prison is built, and if it is that the minister housing more prisoners would be a direct violation of human rights, is that now not a kingdom discussion to be held between the minister and the kingdom representatives to say, look, we have a responsibility to house at this level of standard. We unfortunately cannot. We can show for the record how many times in this parliament budgets have been proposed to build a prison from capital expenditures and it was rejected by the CFT. We have tried, but we have reached our limit. But then when we house our prisoners within the kingdom, we are being charged for it. I understand in a regular situation if, for example, you need to move a prisoner to another prison within the kingdom because it's a safety concern. You know, there's sort of gang relations and so on, and you need to separate them in another country. I would understand that. But if we're trying our best to stick to certain human rights standards, and the kingdom loves to step in when we are not able to handle human rights, like what they're doing in Curacao with Venezuela and so on, well, why not step in here and say, you know what? We will handle the excess prisoners at our cost because it's our responsibility. Just a question.